Commercial real estate, part 5, evaluating deals. This is another area you have to get very, very good at if you want to do commercial real estate. You need to be able to evaluate deals. So what I tell you is the very first thing is when you are presented a deal, do a very quick evaluation. Make sure the numbers work at a high level. If they work, then go ahead and proceed to do a more detailed evaluation, because you're going to get presented a lot of deals and you're going to see that the numbers just don't work, and unless you can get a great discount or do something else with the construction, it's just not going to work, and it's better to move on. Now, I'll tell you, commercial deals are quite a bit more complicated to evaluate than residential deals, but the concepts are the same. Look, whether you're evaluating a deal for a piece of real estate, buying a watch, doing cars, whatever it is, a deal is a deal. Basically, the concepts are the same. It's those three big numbers. What are you buying it for, which usually is pretty simple, and then what can you sell it for once it's fixed up? Those are the two key numbers. And then, of course, your third number is how much is it going to cost you to take it from point A to point B. So the concepts are the same. Basically, it's evaluating those three numbers. First is, what are you buying it for? That's typically pretty obvious. This is what you can buy it for. Number two is, what is it going to cost you to fix up the property? Take it from point A to point B where it has extra value. All of the costs that go into that. And I talk about that in a lot of my videos. So check out all my other videos, but also in the course, we're really going to take a deep dive into evaluating deals. Again, this is an area that is worth probably 10 times the cost of the course itself. If you can learn how to evaluate deals, you can do multi-million-dollar deals and either do them yourself or evaluate them and pass them on to the next person. The third number that we always talk about is your ARV, or your after repair value. Again, that's a term that comes from the residential world, but it's the same concept. What is this thing worth when you're all done with it? What can you sell it for? So those are your big three numbers. If you're planning on holding the property, you're going to have to understand things like gross rents, net operating income, capitalization rate, debt service, debt coverage ratio, all these kind of terms you have to understand. And again, we're going to teach you all those terms and go into detail. And if you have any questions, you're going to be able to ask us through our mastermind program. So again, I'm highly recommending you go and sign up for the course, because there's so much value there that it's going to pay off 10x, 100x the price you're going to pay for the course. So again, evaluating deals is more complex with commercial real estate, but the concepts are the same. It's those big three numbers. You have to think of it as, what are you buying it for? How much is it going to cost you to fix up? And then what are you selling it for? So those are the basic concepts. They don't change whether you're doing residential real estate, commercial real estate, you're evaluating something completely different than real estate. It's kind of the same concept here. So again, get good at evaluating deals. Go out there and even practice. Even if you're not planning on doing a deal, take some sample deals, do the evaluation, and you'll really understand how this works. You'll have spreadsheets ready to go where you can just plug in numbers for future deals, and it spits out the key metrics you're looking for, and then you can quickly evaluate if the deal makes sense or not. If it does make sense after that initial pass, then yeah, absolutely go into the much more detailed evaluation that's called due diligence, where you need to take a lot of time and go through all of the details of this property, especially in commercial real estate. As always, hit the subscribe button, turn on your notifications so you don't miss any of the important videos in this 10-part series on commercial real estate.